Know what you meant, though. I know what you meant. Yeah, man. God bless those people. Did you see the way the plane went down? That was kind of crazy. That was kind of strange. And you know what? If you saw what was the name of that movie? No, Leave the World Behind. Oh man, that plane was kind of spiraling, kind of like that plane in the movie Leave the World Behind, which is also a movie brought by I think the Obamas. They had something to do with it. So when we see strange stuff like that, and then it actually starts happening, we didn't even need to see that on TV. That was real life. God is good. We here another day. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Thank y'all for joining. Like, subscribe, share, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Let's talk about it. Y'all can see on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. Uh, TikTok, you can't see. They don't like people to share too much on TikTok, but you can listen. I got a very, 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 very brief interview I want to play. But I want to play it because it's positive proof. It's not about Kamala. Yeah, she's doo-doo. She needs to be flushed. But it's not about Kamala. It's just it isn't. It's the Democrats in general. The same fears that we had with Joe Biden, we have them with Kamala, if not worse. So it's really just the Democrats in general. And I really want to play something. This lady goes by the name of Donna Jackson. She's a very, very, very uh, uh she's the director of member development at BAR. Uh, that's for Black 21. She's talking about the impact of U.S. immigration policy on the Black community. U.S. immigration policy on the Black community. That's important because everything she's highlighting, it has come from the Democrat Party. And Kamala will be no different. That's why I say it doesn't matter. It's not Kamala. She's just the face. She's just a new puppet. She's just a new puppet. And that is why she was chosen or selected, whatever you want to call it. And so I ran into this interview. Thank good. I'm glad it hit my algorithm. And it's really amazing. The numbers are astonishing. Um, I could not believe, and she's international with this. She goes all around the world with this. I've researched her; it's credible. Her information is credible, and I just asked the people of Chicago, and so I think she started out talking about how she's always been center right, and she knew the shift was changing because a lot of far left people are now calling her. The far left people are calling her now because they see what's happening in Chicago. They see it and understand it to a different extent that some of us don't, especially if you're in a place like me in Florida. A lot of things we hear about, we understand not. Oh, please, even the Republicans Party is pulling away from MAGAs. All right. You're doing all right, all right. You like my picture, huh, Joey G? Yeah, well, why don't you listen for a minute to what this young lady has to say, and then you'll say she's doing your bidding. The problem is every time somebody gives you a fact, you get upset because you actually want to stay in your feelings. You actually want. Why don't you go ahead and get you a tampon from Timmy? Timmy put tampons in the bathroom for boys, so that's not a bad statement. That's not an evil statement. That's not a hateful statement. Tim Walsh says that some men, like some of the men in the feed, need tampons. And it's obvious. It's very obvious. Anyway, um, and so I'm talking about the Black community. Maybe some of these idiots are not from the Black community and they wouldn't understand. Yeah, these things are hurting us. Listen to
Hi, yes. I serve on the board with Kathleen on BEAR, but I'm also the Director of Membership Development for Project 21 Black Leadership Network. And I think that's important to understand. We are a center right organization. So I'm saying this to say that the majority of the people that actually call or I come in contact with usually are center right. Something has changed. I get more phone calls from elite black liberals than I do from conservatives.
I really hope if you have a friend, have family in Chicago, this is something that people really need to listen to. Probably get out of your feelings just for a second. If you already support America, it won't be as important to you. If you already know what's going on in America, it won't be as important to you. If you already are America first, it won't be as important to you. But it is obvious that the Democrats are not America first. And I don't know why so many people have a problem acknowledging that. And then they get upset with others when they simply call out the simple truth. All right. I'm going to continue this. Donna Jackson, you might want to look her up so you can check the credibility. Too. Wow. These numbers are astonishing. She gives a better page, point by point report on how much each migrant is getting, how they're getting it, where they're getting it from, all within a span of about 5 or 6 minutes. So it's not long, but the numbers are astonishing because for a black man, when you take an average income, median income for a black man, that is about less than $37,000 a year. And that black man is said to be doing okay. All right. We're surviving. You're surviving. And as a matter of fact, that is said to be doing, okay. Um, when you start putting together some of the money that these people are getting, you can understand why. You can understand why. I mean, I'm gonna just let her talk, so I don't end up saying some of the same things she's gonna say.
Or people who lean that would never have the same policy and believe in the same policy issues that I do. But they're asking for help because for the first time, the straw that broke the camel's back is mass illegal immigration in black communities.
I like what she said. She said the straw that broke the camel's back was mass illegal immigration in black communities. Why is that? Well, I like your comment, Mary Ann Swanson. There are bigger things to worry about besides the border. Well, maybe for you, Mary Ann, maybe for you. But I'm actually talking about something that's affecting a black community, black communities all over America, which will affect the way they vote. So maybe you don't understand that I'm trying to keep it a certain message that actually covers more than the border. If you open your mind for a minute, you'll understand that. The border, I appreciate, who is this? Popsicle. The border is the number one. They're going to destroy us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great comment. Great comment. Great comment. Great comment. That's somebody who understands something in full circle. I mean, you have to get past just the people that are coming across and have to get past how they're looking and what community they're going in. You have to talk about what FedEx just did when they laying off all of these regular civilians. FedEx just laid off thousands of people, thousands of Americans to replace them with migrants. So, with all due respect, um, whatever, Marianne, I think you're missing the point.
There's a lot. I have a large network in Chicago of black pastors who called and said, "Can you help us?" There's reality and there's perception. And we need to not understand how powerful perception is. Here's the perception of African American males. They think that illegal mass immigration of illegal immigrants in their community is so that they can swap out black people for brown. They believe that they're put there deliberately to take those jobs. low industry, low skilled jobs that are historically held by African American males.
Now, is that almost saying black jobs? It kind of sounds like it. She just didn't say black jobs, but low income, low industry jobs that predominantly are held by black males are also now. Yes, yes, Sally, wake up. This affects lower income USA citizens. You are definitely right. Like I said, the people that got laid off in Mississippi, wherever that FedEx was, I could be wrong on the state, definitely are affected. And those are not just black people. I would say the majority of the people that just faced a layoff at FedEx, to be replaced by migrants, were Caucasians. And so this is affecting us all. But it just so happened that a lot of the, ironically, a lot of the sanctuary cities happen to be ran by black governors. I meant black mayors and people like that, puppets. And so when they say these migrants are being dropped off in these communities, that is absolutely true. I mean, it's a fact. And so, I just like the numbers that she's covering, and I'm not even trying to put too much of my own thought and sense into it. I really wanted people to hear these numbers. I think it's astonishing, and I think it's also telling because this lady holds panels on a lot of different things. She's always at City Hall in Chicago, and I've seen her do a lot of work. And so she's talking to people. So she can't tell me what somebody's saying in Florida, but she can definitely tell me what somebody's saying in Chicago. It means I don't live in Chicago, but it definitely means something to me because I'm in a red state now. But will it be red forever? No. You can believe that.
They believe that they're there to displace them so that they don't have economic power so they can be pushed back. Second, they believe they believe that they're there so that they can take control of their community. I hear from leaders in black urban communities that bid you don't lean right are saying to me that they're meeting with people and they're seeing these immigrants in their community actually recruiting members to be gang members. Why? Because they want to take control of the community. They believe that there's a plot to make sure that there is no black ownership of businesses, of housing, because they have deliberately planted all of the illegal immigrants purposely in minority communities to sow discourse. The last thing that I would hate to say, but it's true, is that they believe.
I love this part, and it makes so much sense. This last part that she's about to name, but we've said there's going to be a racial war, racial tension, and nobody said it would be opposite of black and white. Nobody. I love what this lady said. I love what the people of Chicago are saying and feeling and thinking because now that I've heard it, I actually agree.
Believe that the left is deliberately setting up a scenario where there's going to be a racial war not between black and white, but between black and brown. The fact that the majority of the illegal immigrants that you've seen in the last year are actually male, military age individuals. A lot of those individuals have been incarcerated, gang members, all of these situations that we have a community that the Biden, I call him lock him up Joe, right? Now he didn't just take fathers out of the house, he took fathers out of the community completely. So there's already a shortage of black males in the community. Now you're putting mass amounts.
This is the part that the people that call me a sellout, this is the part where they run from. They don't even want to hear the truth. They don't understand they're the true sellouts.
Of Black Army ready illegal immigrants in there, what do you think is going to happen? Now, perception is a powerful thing. For the first time, you have Black males who historically lean left that are all of a sudden moving to the right. Why? Because economically they're being pushed down the ladder, and these other people are coming, illegal immigrants that are being pushed forward and on a pedestal. Imagine this, and I was thinking about this. The average income, median income for African Americans, just nationwide, $35,700 odd a year. That's somebody that's doing well. That's the median income. That translates to about a little bit over $31,000 a month pre-tax. $3,100 a month pre-tax. If you add in the 15%, because they still have to pay tax, that's about $2,600 a month. From that, take away rent, which the average is $1,500 a month. In Chicago, $1,800 a month. If you're lucky, you can share an apartment with somebody.
I see a person says she's sick and confused. Would you like to come up and show how much knowledge you have? You're definitely welcome to come up and speak about it. I think you're sick and confused, actually. And if you're voting for Kamala or the Democrats, it's probably a certainty that you are. You know, why are you here?
Maybe not. So you're deducting that. Now you got to take out your transportation costs. You have to take out your food costs. Legal immigrants can come into this country.
Melanie Bell, thank you. Deja vu, I see you.
They get $2,200 a month for SSI. They get free rent. So let's add that. $2,200 average, $1,500 in free rent. They're already up to $3,700 a month. Then you add in, and if you use the Eric Adams model, they get another $1,400 in a debit card to pay for food and clothing and whatever accessories. So now you have people on this end who might have about $400 a month to spend. If they're probably going to be in the hole because they got other accessories that come up. These people over here are actually living an upper middle class life. Why? They're being rewarded for crossing the border illegally. And that doesn't even include the fact that they get free college. They get free health care. So the perception is actually meeting reality when you see that there are people who have been fighting for freedom. And when you hear people say racism, when you hear Black people say racism, what they're talking about is financial freedom, financial stability. I don't feel as financially stable as this person over here that's doing well, or this person over here that can afford all their bills, this person that can take care of their families. And in this sense, Black people are being pushed back, illegal immigrants are being propped up. So all of a sudden, individuals that haven't even achieved financial freedom, haven't achieved it, fighting for decades, are now looking at people who have an insurmountable amount of financial freedom. I want to give you another story. I was in Memphis, Tennessee for the last 3 weeks. Federal Express was laying off natural-born citizens to hire illegal immigrants. They were laying them off, not only them, but it was another large company that you would know, laying off legal citizens to replace them with illegal immigrants. In the city of Chicago, The school board is considered a sanctuary city, which means that illegal immigrants get
I, I know a lot of people. This is important. This is important because this can come to your town. Listen to what she's saying. The school board is considered a sanctuary city within itself. So listen to what she says about what they get. Oh man, this is crazy.
preferential treatment in hiring over natural legal. Preferential treatment in hiring over natural. That illegal immigrants get preferential treatment in hiring over natural legal citizens. They automatically get 2 board seats without running on the school board.
2 board seats without running? I mean, are you kidding me? Are we serious? By the way, if you in Florida, if you in St. Petersburg, if you know anything about St. Petersburg, thank you, Melanie Bell, on YouTube. Yeah. If you notice, 95.7 is not 95.7 anymore. I need my black people to be paying attention to this. Deja Vu used to be in Florida. You know 95.7 was full of rap, soul, gospel. In other words, a black radio station. Maybe not owned by black people, but all you heard was the boogity boo 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 all day. Now, guess who owns it? Or guess what is played? Ain't nothing on 95.7 that you're going to recognize. It's a Spanish station now. Did you hear me? 95.7 that used to be hood radio or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. Pop, rap. Is now all Spanish. All Spanish. Man, y'all better wake up, man. We got to wake up.
Over natural citizens. Who's getting pushed to the back of the bus without running on the school board? Over natural citizens. Who's getting pushed to the back of the bus? I can tell you something. We're holding on to the tailpipe of the bus. We're not even riding in it after you put the amount of benefits that illegal immigrants have. It was really a slap in the face when the city of Chicago opened up closed schools to house illegal immigrants.
They're not immigrants. They're illegal aliens. This is what the Democratic Party has done, or the political left has done to America. They have taken the word. They have taken control of the usage of words. They have, excuse me. They have controlled the narrative. They're illegal aliens. Excuse me. They're illegal aliens. They're not immigrants. This is very clear. We should not call them. Why am I coughing? I'm sorry. Can you take it out? I want some water.
But the perception is reality. They're seeing that reality every day. They're walking men, young men who have no opportunities, who are sleeping in the street in boxes, while illegal immigrants are getting free housing, renting. In New York City, 135 of the hotels. New York City is the most expensive city in America to rent a hotel room. 135 hotels of the 700 hotels, that's a significant number, are now housing illegal immigrants. They're illegal aliens.
I mean, I can't.
Oh man, that other lady is not having it. That other lady ain't having it. Stop calling them illegal. I mean, stop calling them migrants. They're illegal aliens. And yeah, I was also reminded by another friend today that she is exactly right. I've actually helped migrants. So yeah, it is not the same. They are illegal aliens. They are not migrants. We know migrants. We see them sometimes. Might not see them in our own neighborhoods, but we see migrant crises a lot of times in other countries, and we have opportunities to help with funding, Red Cross and all that stuff. So they are not migrants. They are indeed illegal aliens if they jumped that gate, broke the gate, whatever, swam, however. If they came here illegally, they are illegal aliens. Um, I ain't gonna talk too long on it. I thought that was awesome. I thought it was important. When you're talking about, because I had to really give this some thought, and I'm like, I think this young lady goes on to say that her nephew was telling her, "Well, Auntie, I can't even get a girlfriend at school." She goes into another story saying, "I can't." Her nephew was telling, yeah, she's cooking with facts, and she cooking it with grease too. Deja vu, and so her nephew was basically saying, I can't even get a girlfriend." They're all either by, just according to her story, and we see it a lot, just to keep it real. And it is also starting to be a way of life, an economic way of life when it comes to that community. So her nephew says, I can't even get a girlfriend. They're all bisexual, or they have different, standards. Think about what she's saying. All right, here it is. I'm not going to put myself there. But here it is. You got a guy struggling. He got a job, good job. He's one of the ones getting paid, a certain amount of money a year. The 35 or 37,000 or whatever she said. In comes the migrant with all of this extra money that he can actually turn into a business or something else, put it into something else, because after all, he has no overhead. She just explained so many different things with all of these different benefits. It is no wonder why a black woman will look at a black man and say, and he probably got kids, and he hardly got no rights. Speaking of the war, speaking of this potential race war, who arms are they taking away? A felony. I'm a felon. So I'm one of them guys that's told you can't have a stick. You can't have no tool. But everybody coming across that gate ain't held to that standard. So I don't know what the bootlicking black people on the feed are talking about. What is going on with y'all? Do you realize what you're saying? They are letting in actively as we speak young men your age, not even my age. I'm a little old. Not even my age. They letting in young, able-bodied warriors and telling them, by the way, you have a right to have a gun. I don't care what you did last year. I don't care about your record. That's old because it was in Colombia or Nicaragua or Mexico or Africa or wherever else you killed or did whatever to these people. You're in America now, you get a clean slate. But your citizens, people who worked a little bit, we don't get a clean slate. I've been out 20 years. I got out. I was freed in 2002. I still can't have one. Don't mean I don't. But I still can't legally have a firearm, and there's possibly over 1 million people came across this gate. 10 million, but I'm talking about possibly 1 million of them strapped. Maybe 2, 3 million, maybe 4, 5 million. But those laws that apply to us don't apply to them. So when you talk about a potential war, yeah, Chicago looked totally different from Florida. So game recruitment, I believe everything she's saying. It makes sense. It's just like when you go to a prison. Somebody gonna try to recruit you because they understand this is a battle zone. This is a battle zone. This is a battle zone, and they brought us here to run them cowards out. To run them out. A dude asked us on the feed. His name is he's a friend of mine, but he asked me. I can't think of his name, man. I can't think of his name. Great comment though, Blazing. I saw you a while ago. Man, I can't. Goyo Gotts. Goyo, he's a Mexican living in America. He was born in America, but his family is Mexican. He asked me, I don't mean to be funny, but why is it that we come here and my family hardworking, this and that, we got this and that. We don't have any struggles. We don't have any limitations. We don't have any of this and that. But we look at you guys, we look at your people, and we see so much struggle. Why is that? Why aren't you taking advantage of America in the ways that we have? And I simply tell them that affordability isn't given to all black people in the way that it's given to you. And he said, you know what? I appreciate you. I appreciate the way you're telling me this. He's a good friend of mine. He follows and comes on most of the time. And I appreciated him asking me that question. But the reality of it is, he's talking about exactly what she's talking about, but his family ain't a part of that. He didn't come in that way. He's a hardworking man, but he sees the culture and the culture of what's going on in America for black people. He just don't understand it because they came here with nothing, and he know thousands of his friends that come here with nothing and end up with something in a matter of time, a fast matter of time. I'm finna get up out of here, man. I just wanted to drop that on you real quick because I gotta do something. Gotta go see the fam. Yes, cooking with facts. Man, Donna Jackson. If you want to look her up, her name is Donna Jackson. She's the director of membership development of BAIR. Don't know the acronym for that. To be honest, gotta get the pot up. Yeah, purple sweet potato pie. Purple pie. Anybody ever heard of purple sweet potatoes? Purple yams. Yeah, man, be getting a little healthy on. So I'm trying out some purple yams, purple sweet potatoes, and just made a purple sweet potato pie. I'm gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what it do. All right. All right. Let's see. Ah. All right. I got one stupid person. Two stupid people. Pull them now. Yeah, man. So anyway, I'm hoping that somebody heard that, somebody understood it. That's all that matters. If one or two people heard the message and could probably use it, could probably tell it to somebody else, could probably even build upon it, because the fact of the matter is everybody's going to have their own experience. And once we hear things like this, we actually start seeing it. We actually start seeing it. And I had not seen this before Goyo had asked me those things about, his culture versus what he see with the black culture. And so this needs to be shared, talked about. Like I said, it's not about Kamala to me. It's not about Kamala. The people that are blindly voting for Kamala just because she's a black or just because she's a woman, that's stupidity. We should have learned with Obama, but obviously some don't. They will continue to let their kids down, all in the sake of voting for another black person. Damn it, look your own kids in the face and realize that they are black too. All right? Vote for your kids. Vote for your children. Vote for your wife. I'm talking to the black people because those are the ones that seem to get up in their feelings, and they seem to see a black person make a few bold statements, shout out a few. How about if I talk to you like a preacher? Will you like me better then? For all you black coons in the feed. How about if I talk to you? I'll get my best preacher voice like Kamala did. I didn't know. Did you know I could preach like this? It's time to stand up, y'all. What we got to do is we actually got to stand up and vote. We got to start reading these books, my brother. Because if you read the books, you'll find out that you've been stupid for so long. That's one thing I never do. I never heard Trump come out and start trying to talk like a group of people just to pander to them. Only the Democrats do it. Hillary Clinton. Oh, I keep hot sauce in my bag. Really? Do you really keep hot sauce in your bag? I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far. Nobody told this stuff she's singing. Who told her that song? Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe He brought me this far. Do anybody remember Hillary Clinton actually said that? She didn't sing it. She said, I don't believe he's brought me this far. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. That's talking to all of these dummies in this feed. I'm not all of them. Some of y'all, I'm talking to the ones that's mad at me right now. Yeah, boy. They love to hear people treat them like Sambos. They love to hear people talk down on them. They love to hear people say, do you want some chicken and watermelon? Man, I never, you know what? I watch, I used to be one of them people. Being in revolutionary organizations, I used to be one of them people that would ask that question. When was America ever great? That's what's good about me. I can give you facts from every side. So I used to be one of them people. When was America ever great? Tell me. And then as soon as you try to tell me, I'll hit you with some facts. But I'm going to tell you something. I thought about it today. I thought about it simply because who's not thinking when the Olympics are on? USA, USA, US. Bring home the gold, damn it. So, as Steph Curry got cooking today, Chef Curry, oh my goodness. Woohoo, boy. That was like the best game ever. Hey, listen, Chef Curry showed his bottom. And as they was receiving their goals, man, those flags was going up in the background. And that question, because I heard somebody say it, oh, that's what the Democrats, that's their favorite thing right now. When was America ever great? When was America ever great? All right, first of all, Trump didn't come up with that statement. He didn't come up with that slogan. Did anybody say that when Bill Clinton used that slogan? No. Anyway, I actually thought about it. And I actually remembered myself saying those same stupid things. So I understand people. And I thought about Ruby Bridges. Oh boy. Yeah. I thought about Ruby Bridges. As you can always depend on TikTok. They have some of the most feeble little minds, hurt little feelings. But I thought about Ruby Bridges. And I said to myself, when those officers had to walk her into that school, had to protect her life, that was a point when America was on its way to greatness. It didn't have to work. Everything don't have to work out at that time. Make children in. Oh, wow. Nice one, Deja Vu. MCIA. Make children innocent again. Yeah, as always. And so, yeah, I thought about that. And I looked at all of these black faces receiving these gold medals. And receiving these gold medals. And I'm looking at that's pretty powerful because most of these black men were put in positions where they could and would become millionaires. One of them, a billionaire. And there are others who use that same platform to become billionaires. Well, I won't say billionaires. Yeah. And so yeah, it's what they do with their time that makes you feel like they're sellouts or something else. But the opportunity was there. When you see like even Kamala Harris's father, some type of teacher at a major college. I want to say Berkeley, used to be. When we think about all of the great works notified by black women and men, no matter where they end up, they can, even if they turn to sellouts, even if they turn red pilled, even if they turn, against the black community because they feel like the rest of the black community just is stagnant and they want to continue following the Democrat Party. The opportunities that blacks have had, poor people have had, the opportunities for America to come together and grow and be children of God, not just a godless nation. When was America ever great? The freedom of religion, supposedly, even the thought of being able to practice whatever religion you want. When was America ever great? I would say that America has a long way to go. But to say that it has never aspired to greatness or even been great, when you come out of period of slavery and Jim Crow in certain ways that we did, and end up where black men and white men and women are sitting together, eating together. A black man can actually be a boss over a white man. At that point, you've reached greatness. You can go further, but coming from strange fruit, if anybody know what that means, coming from the thought and idea of strange fruit, which means black bodies hanging off of trees because they were hung, they were killed. What's this lady name who sings Strange Fruit? Man. Coming from strange fruit to where black men can actually vote, go to school at the same time as others. I mean, that point had already been achieved. Can dream, can actually dream of becoming a politician. Yeah, man. Yeah, some work to be done. But at that point, when you look back at that strange fruit and you see where you're at in one period of time of, you look at it and say, man, America is great. And we have to continue to keep it great, make it better, build upon its greatness. But where it's going right now, it ain't good. It is not good by a long shot. And we have to bring it back, dial it not back, but dial it down. Period. Kamala Harris is toilet substance, and she needs to be flushed out of people's systems and memories because they're only voting on substance. I mean, they're not voting on substance. They're only voting on their feelings, and that's going to hurt us. It actually bothers me because I seen it happen in 2020. So if I'm looking at this lady I'm talking about one, we had a man who believes that tampons should be in men's bathrooms, boys' bathrooms, excuse me, in schools, not just high schools, all the schools. And this same guy is saying, I'm gonna give ladders to anybody trying to come over the gate. No matter how high Trump builds the wall, we'll get ladders big enough to give to the. Well, I mean, what is going on? How can people even hear this and think it's a joke and look past it? Only the people in a financial bracket that says it doesn't bother me no matter what happens. I will be okay. I hope even you, it comes to haunt. It comes to bite because that's the only reason why these people are making these decisions. That is the only reason why they act like they don't care about the regular civilian because they have their medical, they have their security, they have their firearms, and if they don't, they have security guards, armed security. Uh, they don't depend on any of the decisions that somebody like a Kamala is going to be making, or hopefully a Donald Trump. That's it. I'm out of here. God is good. Man, let me see. 8:27. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully, we'll start thinking on substance and real facts, real issues, on the table issues for you and your family, and not just a color. You're more than a color. Everybody, we are more than colors. I'm out of here. Crown Dion. God is indeed good, not just some of the time, all of the time. We just not might realize it because we might be stuck in our own feelings too sometimes. But that's being human. All right. God is good, man. If you have that opportunity to bless somebody tomorrow with a word of advice, a word of inspiration, a morsel to eat, or a dollar, do so. You give that person a reason to say, thank you, Lord. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great night and share, like, subscribe. But more than anything, be willing and open to conversation, awareness, because we need it. Somebody said that immigration is not big. That person is totally misinformed. We need to understand the powers behind it and how far it can go. You're talking about a sanctuary city. We'll be talking about a sanctuary nation if we're not careful. Peace out. Good night.